All right, so The Black Phone is starring Ethan Hawke and Jeremy Thames, and it's directed by Scott Derrickson. So yeah, Ethan Hawke is one of my favorite actors, like working today. Has been for a couple of decades now too. He I'm not gonna say he hasn't made a bad movie, but he's always every movie he's in, he's been like really good in. Yes, so now Scott Derrickson is a really well-renowned director as far as like horror movies go, and then like horror circles. Directed Doctor Strange apparently. So he did the Sinister movies, which are like the first. I remember the first one way more than I remember the second one. I might have to see the second one again. But the first one was pretty like it was just the tone of that was just creep you out. It was one of the most creepiest movies I remember seeing. He also did Deliver Us from Evil with what's his name, Eric Bana in it, which was decent. I don't remember it all that well, but it was a movie. It was one of them. He also did for the scariest movie ever to me, the movie I kind of refuse to watch ever again, Exorcism of Emily Rose. It's is based off of a real event, and it's too real. It's just too real. I can't watch that movie again. That's the movie. That movie had me sleeping with the lights on for like a week or two. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So just right there, like Ethan Hawke and Scott Derrickson, my ears perk up. You know what I mean? So the Black Phone is based off of a novella written by Joe Hill, who's the son of Stephen King, and it has a lot of the Stephen King tropes in it. Violent as hell bullies in here. A pretty drunk or just kind of like disturbed dad or like parental figure is in here. But no, it's a very solid flick. Very solid, kind of like dark serial killer kind of flick. And Ethan Hawke just absolutely shines in this. Like he definitely knows how to play a very like deranged character in this. Like he definitely was like super creepy. So yeah, the kids in this are pretty good. Like as just as actors, they held their own like really good. There's Finn there on the left. He's the main kid or the main kid that kind of gets snatched, and we're kind of going through him. He's the one who has the supernatural stuff happen to like through the Black Phone, and I really like his sister in this. Like his sister is like really really good in here. She's Madeline McGraw is who plays her. I can't remember her name in the movie, but her name's Madeline McGraw. Playing this like I think she's the little sister, but her family unit. I think her mom either disappeared or left or something like that happened, and she plays it really well. You can tell like she's a bit rougher and a bit kind of just older than she actually is. You know what I mean? And yeah, so Finn gets his ass beat like all the time in this movie. Like I really felt for him at a time, and then towards the end of it, like when it culminates that he has to he starts fighting back. I think they did that really good. They kind of hint on some like religious factors to this too. The character in here that like has like dreams or has like visions, and as she starts connecting that, the visions are like trying to like showing her where her, I'm about to give it away, showing her where like the kidnapped kids are, or kind of like little clues or like visions of like where they're being taken and stuff like that. And so she pulls out like a bunch of like crucifixes and stuff, and she like prays to God, like the help me for like give me the correct vision to see and stuff like that. It was surprising to me, like, and it wasn't done in a really kind of hokey way. It was done in kind of a real way, because like when she wasn't getting like the information she was getting, she kind of lashed out, and like in a real way. I think anybody who is on like a Christian walk, when things don't go their way, they kind of do, unfortunately, just kind of lash out and just like in that way and just disavow, or just has like this moment where they're just not like feeling very religious at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That was really well done. I like that aspect of it. Yeah, I really like this. Really good movie. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. So one things I didn't like about it, or felt this was just kind of dumb, was just you have these kids disappearing like daily, left and right, and this is dude who's driving around in an obvious pedal van, driving around town, and in full sight, in full view, and nobody, the police don't check it out, pull him over, you know. Well, let me just follow this guy and see what's happening with this. Like, yeah, it's this grown man who's trying to be a magician, driving around in this huge black like pedal van. Like, really, you need to have like kids help you solve this. Worst police force ever. Worst police force. It kind of pulled me out of the movie a bit, because I'm like, really, for real. Yeah, that was pretty much the only thing I had a problem with in this, that just kind of drove me crazy in this. Oh yeah, Matthew Davies. Matthew Davies is in this, and he plays. He had a really kind of hard character to play. He's kind of like, you know, the drunk dad. You know, the drunk down on his luck, like overwhelmed dad. You know, but they didn't go too like typical to it. You know, because a lot of other movies would have had him just go straight up abusive, or, you know, he drinks too much and gets abusive or whatever. But there was a method to his madness. I'm not gonna say he was a 100%. I'm not gonna co-sign like his actions 100%, but there was a method to it. Like you kind of see where he's coming from with it towards the end of the movie, you know. And at the end of the day, he really loved his kids, and he wanted to care for him, but he's overwhelmed, and he's dealing with a lot, and, you know, he can't express it the way he wants to express it. Is kind of how I got it. And I think Matthew Davies played it to a T, played it perfectly. Like, yeah, I think he did an excellent job in this movie. Another good thing is the mask. Like, the mask in this is, I can tell, because Halloween is coming up in like a month and some change, and I can totally see this being like the new like Halloween mask or like accessory now, because it is, I gotta admit, it is pretty cool. Like, you know, in a couple of ways, right? Like, so, you know, you see a shot where he takes the top part off, and so it's just the bottom part there, and like he could actually take this part off, even though that is just disturbing. Like the little like bottom part, the grin right there is just disturbing. But, you know, you can see like in the next one, this is just creepy. But like he could take it apart, and he could put like the frowny face part on it too. You know, it's just, man, the mask is actually pretty cool. I can totally see this being like the new Halloween must-have, you know, for 2022. Out of 5, I could give this a 5 out of 5. It was really good. The tone was really good. The pacing was really good. It was appropriately creepy, like when it needed to be. The ghost kids at the end, they were totally kind of believable. And most of them were sympathetic, except for like that last one. But I totally understood where he's coming from, like, because I think Finn was like saying like, "Why are you helping me?" He's like, "Helping you? Like, F you, I want you to get him." You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I did. Yeah, okay, yeah, I totally understand it. I feel you. So yeah, solid movie, solid flick. I'm definitely gonna put this on again, you know, at some point, have it on around Halloween time. It's on my list. So yeah, 5 out of 5.